Good afternoon, guys, and happy Thursday to all of your sunshiny faces. That is right, today's Thursday. So I told you guys in yesterday's vlog that me and my mom were going to go and drive out to go and see my grandma. She had been in the hospital for quite some time, like I think close to 2 months, and she just got moved to a rehabilitation center right now, and so we went to go and see her today, and we got to see her, which was really awesome. We also saw my grandpa and one of my aunts. My grandpa was there like when we first got there, and then we were there for a little while, and then right after that my aunt actually showed up. We didn't know that either of them were going to be there. We thought we were just going to see my grandma, so it was really nice to see everybody. And my grandma's actually doing really well, even from like the point that she got there, my aunt was saying, to like now. She is like doing really well, and like optimistically she might even be able to leave by like the end of December, which would actually be really good. Like sometimes they don't really actually have a date at all, but like I sort of heard that buzzing around a little bit, which would be really awesome. However, it took us about 2 hours to get there. So we left for the house by about 9 o'clock. We ended up going and stopping to pick up some cards and balloons, or some balloons and cards. And then we also ended up stopping and getting me a donut for breakfast because I didn't eat anything. I didn't really have enough time. I was actually up early too. Like my alarm set to go off at 9 o'clock. I was up before then so that we could leave the house by 9 o'clock. And so we left like shortly after, like I think 9:15 or something like that. But by the time we were done like running the extra errands and everything like that, I think it was like 9:40. Then we got there at 11:40. So it took us about 2 hours. We were there for, I actually don't know how long. I don't entirely know all of the timeline for after that today, because then it took us about 2 hours to drive home. However, when we were about an hour between where my grandma was and our house is actually where Matthew is at school. So we ended up actually, it was funny, when we were driving past, I was like, oh look, there's the campus, and we were out like in the middle of like a cornfield, and then Matthew's like school campus, you can see all the big buildings like out among the corn, and just the big buildings, and then there's like nothing else. Like there's just more corn after that. And I was like, look, it's his school's like right down there. My mom was like, maybe after we can go and like go and get like lunch or dinner or something like that with him, depending on what time it was. So when we got done, we ended up texting him to find out, and I think that was, he said around 3 o'clock. So I think we were there then for maybe at least like 2 hours or so with my grandma today. So then again, I think by about 3 o'clock we got back to Matthew's school, and we picked him up and took him out to like late lunch, I guess early dinner sort of. We went to a Mexican restaurant which had really good food. They had, I thought, really good guacamole, and Matthew raved about how good the guacamole was too, and he does not like guacamole. He does not like avocados in general. He actually said this was really good, and I thought so too. So we ended up getting that, and I got like a veggie burrito. It had like roasted like vegetables and then like beans and cheese in there as well. I thought, like I said, it was really good. And then we ended up going back home, and we got churros too for dessert. And then we ended up leaving, taking Matthew back, went back home, probably left around again 4 o'clock or something like that. And I think we got home by 5 o'clock because I was looking at the clock and I was like maybe 5:30. Because my mom really wanted to watch the Annie Live that was on tonight. And it was on, I believe, at 7 o'clock our time. So we got home, and then at I think 6 o'clock I finally was like, had everything put away, settled down, got the dogs their treats from their advent calendars. Like I said, took all of my, you know, winter stuff off, and my hats and shoes and gloves and jackets, put everything away, and I brought like a little like bag in the car too with like my extra stuff, like phone charger and all those type of things, so that I didn't, you know, I can't fit all of it in my purse. So once I got all of that like on luggage all sort of, like I said, put away and everything, then I think it was about 6 o'clock, and I believe the Hawks game started around that time, or maybe 6:30 or something like that, but we watched it a little bit before the before Annie was on. We watched that, which was really awesome. My mom's like favorites all-time musical, and honestly, it's probably mine too. Like, the thing is that it's been done as a movie so often that it's hard to sometimes remember that like it was a play and like to like see it live like as a play. Like, I grew up, the Disney version of Annie didn't come out until I was a few years old. So I used to watch the older version. I don't know, it was like maybe the 90s version, maybe it was the 80s, I don't know, but it was like an older version of Annie on VHS. And then we got the new Disney version because I was sort of scared of that one. There's like a scene in it where I think Annie gets like chased up, like, I don't know, because I don't remember, because like I said, when I got freaked out, like I watched it a lot, but I just remember being scared at this point of the movie and not being able to watch it. Like Dumbo, I used to get really sad. And also I'm trying to think which other movie, Fox and the Hound too. I used to get really sad at one of the parts during it, and also really scared during the bear part too. But like, there were parts of movies that my mom was like didn't want to show me because I would get really like upset about, like, again, watching the parts or whatever, like either really sad or really scared and stuff like that. And so like at one point my mom, once the new Disney version came out, my mom ended up getting rid of the older version and we just kept the Disney version. But like I said, I think there's a part like when, like I said, it's like the end of the movie. I think Annie gets like chased up like a ladder onto the roof or something like that. I cannot for the life of me remember exactly what it is. I just know it's at the end and like can vaguely remember that part. And like I said, we got rid of it probably when I was like 3 or 4 years old. I know it was definitely before Matthew was born and we lived at our old house. And it was probably again close to the same year that the Disney Annie came out. So that's why we got rid of it and got the new version. But like that one doesn't have a lot of the songs in it because they cut them out versus like an actual like theatrical production of it. So I didn't like even like, I knew some of the songs still, but a lot of them again I didn't really like. I don't know really, just because that was like, I grew up watching the movie. And so like I said, sometimes it's weird just to be like, oh yeah, like that was actually like a movie. It wasn't, you know, or like a play. It wasn't just like a movie. And so that's like the Nutcracker. Like I love the Nutcracker. I was thinking about this today because I was going over some Christmas music that I wanted to add to my Spotify playlist. And I was thinking about that and I was like, the Nutcracker. I was like, that's Christmas music. And I was like, I've only seen the Nutcracker like maybe 3 times, 2-3 times. Like I can remember once specifically, and I thought a different time with my aunts, and then I thought there was at least one other time. But like that too, like I definitely know the like story of the Nutcracker, and like from reading it in books, I think maybe Disney has a like version of it, but it's one of those things where I really have never watched like a movie version of the Nutcracker. Like I've only ever seen it actually live, and so I like don't have like as vivid memories of like, again, like that's like, you know, because I actually saw it as a play and not as, you know, a movie that I watched multiple times. Like, yeah, like versus like The Wizard of Oz. Like I was in The Wizard of Oz in my 6th grade school play. I was Glinda, but I watched that as a movie so often that like I forget that it's also a play, which I feel like it was a book first. Then I want to say maybe it was actually a movie, then a play. And then there was like Wicked too, which I've also seen. And that's probably my 2nd favorite like musical. Annie first, and then probably Wicked is 2nd. And then again, like I guess maybe Wizard of Oz too. But like to me, that one's more of a like movie. And like I said, the same with Annie. To me, I see it as a movie because that's just how I watched it more. And the same with, like I said, The Wizard of Oz. But those would probably be in like my top 5 like musicals, but it's like one of those, like, do you classify that as actually being like, you know, like, do you see it as more of a movie or more of the actual like musical? And again, Annie was originally first like a musical and not a movie, but and you know, was adapted into a movie more, but like I said, that's probably how I'd classify it. And so to me, that's how I see it. So like my first overall like musical that I don't consider also like a movie would be Wicked, because it doesn't exist in like movie form. So which I saw though when we were watching Annie, I saw that it is, I think it's touring, and it will be here next year and around my birthday time. I think between September to the very beginning of December, like the end of September to the beginning of December. So maybe next year, as a birthday present, that's what I get to go and see. That would be pretty cool. I only ever saw Wicked once, but I thought it was like amazing. So we don't really go and see plays that often. Me and my mom have seen 2 ballets like recently again, since it wasn't like actual, also like Chicago like theater type of stuff, not just like, oh, like the local, you know, like theater club put this on or something like that. Like actually, like, you know, like I said, seen it in Chicago at a big theater sort of thing. Those, I think honestly, that's probably the only 3 things that I have seen in Chicago actually at all, like in any big like theater production, was 2 ballets, which I don't know if I could actually tell you the name of them. They were both by Joffrey Studio, but I don't know what they were actually called. It wasn't like we saw the Nutcracker. And then we also, like I said, I saw Wicked, and I really think that was sort of it. Again, like I've seen other plays, but it's put on like, again, by like local theater companies. Nothing like big, you know. So anyways, guys, yeah, I forgot where I was going with all of that, but we watched Annie tonight, and then after that, again, I was sort of coming up with some Christmas music, because my mom was also going through and trying to find on our DVR any Christmas movies that are playing anytime soon to record them, so that we have them and can watch them during the Christmas season. And yeah, so that's what we were doing. And then while she was doing that, I was looking at music to put on my Christmas list, on my Spotify Christmas playlist. And so yeah, but I don't have a grocery haul for you guys. I think we're gonna try and squeeze it in tomorrow. We are not going to, originally, right after I finished recording yesterday, that like, oh, we could go to the grocery stores tomorrow. I remembered that we were supposed to go over to my mom's friend's house to go and do like another little electrical thing. I guess something wasn't working, and so me and my dad were gonna go, and my mom was gonna go too, but we were gonna go and check it out. And then my dad's friend's dad passed away, and he's gonna go to, I think it's the wake, which is actually tomorrow. So that got rescheduled then for Monday, and we are going to I think still try and go to the 2 grocery stores on Friday earlier though, because I guess it's not until much later in the afternoon my dad's gonna go to it. So like I said, we should have time tomorrow, but I didn't even finish actually the list anyway, because when I remembered that, I was like, oh no, we're gonna have to try and cram it in after we get back from going, you know, like hopefully we'll get back before like my dad gets home, so I can make the list real quick and we can go to the grocery stores tonight. But that didn't even end up happening, because by the time we were done like eating with Matthew, I was like, it's probably not gonna happen anyway, because I think it was, like I said, after or close to 4 o'clock by that time. And normally that's when my dad gets home and has already gotten Jack, and we normally leave by that time. So I was like, and we still hadn't actually left, and it was still an hour to get home, and I was like, probably not gonna happen. And to try and squeeze it in before we saw Annie, I was like, don't know if that's gonna happen. But anyways, guys, yes. So like I said, all in all, it was a very, very busy day. I didn't really get to anything else on my planner that I planned on. Like, again, editing or, you know, doing dishes, laundry, anything like that. But I did get so much stuff done over the last, like, 3 days pretty much that I didn't really, you know, I wasn't, like, crazy behind with something that I've been trying to catch up with other than sort of the vlogs. But, you know, it's like I was actually ahead because of how much I did yesterday and the day before that. I think it was on Monday, I edited did like 4 videos, and then I've been uploading, and then I did 5 yesterday. And so if I just got like another like 1 or 2 done, you know, 3 like tomorrow, I'd be like still like way ahead of sort of what I had planned on getting done for this week. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed. But like I said, it was really awesome to go and see my grandma today and family and everything. And I'm so happy that she's doing so much better. And again, to stop and see Matthew, and then again enjoy sort of an Annie Christmassy sort of like, you know, show that we got to watch as well, which is really nice. So anyways, like I said, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog, and I will have most likely a haul for you guys. If you guys did enjoy today's vlog, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, I'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.